Hello! This is going to be a quick little video regarding the newest iOS revision to come out, and that would be iOS 7.1. It was released this morning, and it is definitely an update you guys should get. I cannot deny that. I have been very, let's just say, peeved with my iPhone 5S. While this is a fantastic phone, it is not without its flaws, or at least it was not without its flaws. The stuff would crash on this thing a lot. Like, apps would just force close quite a bit. And there was also a problem where randomly it would just reboot. Like, an app would crash, and then the springboard would crash, and then it would have to do a soft reboot. That has been happening quite a bit on my iPhone 5S. I've been pretty fed up with that, honestly. But the new update, iOS 7.1, fixes all of those issues. I have an iPhone 4 here. We will get to that eventually, but let's go ahead and talk about the 5S first of all. So, first of all, the animations are quite quick. This is just, it makes the 5S feel like a 5S, if that makes any sense. It makes it quite a bit faster. So let me go ahead and get my camera to, okay, there we go. So I can go ahead and open a bunch of stuff. I can open the settings. I'm just going to press home immediately after I go into there. So as you can see here, everything is just so freaking quick. It is nothing to be, actually, no, I don't want to say that. It is definitely something to be excited for, because before the animations were quite slow, and the iPhone 5S really did not feel like a brand new smartphone. Android 4.4, I actually don't have my Moto G out right now, but Android 4.4 felt faster than this. So this is quite a nice improvement in just everything about this phone is lightning fast now. There's also a darker keyboard. Let me go ahead and see if I can find something that's like, okay, I'm just going to make a new message. There we go. And so now there's nothing infringing, so I'm just going to put a random number in there. So as you can see, we have a slightly darker keyboard. The text is now slightly bolder. It makes it a little easier to read. It's a small thing that Apple definitely gets right. That is one of the things that Apple is best at, is getting the small details. There's also a couple more options in the accessibility settings. If you go here into increase contrast, there is now darken colors and there's reduce white point. So if I turn that off, basically it does exactly what it says. It reduces the white point, makes everything slightly less bright, which I actually like, because, iOS 7 overall, I like it. It's just too white. So this definitely helps. Just makes things a little darker, which, it is easier on the eyes. And then if you darken the colors, I'm going to go ahead and turn this setting on while you're pointed at this blue accessibility button. So as you can see, look, it just darkened. I'll do that again. So it makes the blues, it makes just the colors slightly darker. I don't have that enabled because I don't really like it, but for some people that could be something that matters. Other little improvements is now Touch ID and passcode is now out here instead of buried in general. And there are a couple of other things. Siri is now slightly improved. What's the weather like today?
Nice weather coming up today. Up to 66 degrees Fahrenheit.
So as you can hear, the voice is slightly more natural now. The messages and the FaceTime and all the green icons basically are slightly darker and less gaudy looking. I definitely like that. That was one of the gripes, is that the green icons were just way too bright and neon looking. So they're slightly darker now. It does look better. There is a power off screen. There is that is slightly different, as you can see, and then when you slide it, the screen fades out, and then if you slide it all the way, the screen almost turns off. It's quite nice. It's definitely better than what they had before. The phone dialer is now, the call button down there is now circular instead of a big rectangle. Same deal when you get an incoming call, the buttons are not rectangular anymore. That is about all the stuff that I can see that is front end. There's support for CarPlay, which is a new Apple thing. There are a couple improvements in iTunes Radio and stuff like that, but most people don't really care about that. I personally care about the speed, and Apple definitely nailed it with this. The iPhone 5S feels a ton faster, and it feels like, you know, the hardware is actually, you know, prominent. Because before, when I got this phone, it was decently quick, but it didn't feel like, you know, a brand new phone per se. So definitely a lot better. I definitely like the improved experience on the 5S, and now the 5S is definitely 100% fantastic. So that's the 5S. Now, the real big improvement here is if you have an iPhone 4, and I know some of you do. So this is a white iPhone 4, and it was running iOS 7 before, and it was just almost unbearable to use. That is not so anymore. The animations have been sped up just like on the 5S, but it is much more noticeable on the 4. Now, as you can see, I'll lock it again and I'll unlock it. You can see that the animation is quite smooth. It's definitely a lot faster. I'll go ahead and do the same thing I did on the 5S. As you can see, the animations are again faster, and they make the phone feel quite a lot faster than it was before, which is quite nice. App loading times are slightly improved, not really, but hey, what do you want? This is a 4-year-old phone with an A4, so Apple definitely did their best on this, and the iPhone is now quite usable. Another issue with this phone was the laggy keyboard, and it was just, it seems like that has been mostly fixed. As you can see here, it doesn't lag anymore. Like before, it was lagging quite severely, and it was almost impossible to type on. But that has been fixed, and you know, overall, it's just slightly better than it was. Obviously, it's not without its faults. You can see that the animation here is a little jittery, and there are some areas where it still performs a little poorly, but overall it's much improved. And if you have an iPhone 4, I could not recommend this more. Definitely get iOS 7.1 because it will make your phone a lot faster than it used to be. So there you go. That is a pretty much complete overview of iOS 7.1. I mainly focused on the speed and stability improvements. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.